Hello, welcome to part 2 of SarothCyngus' top 10 favorite video game characters. Just a quick recap of part 1. Number 10 was Chaos from the Sonic series. Number 9 was Dimencho from Super Paper Mario. Number 8 was Cackletta from Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Number 7 was Scalar from Scalar. And number 6 was Mega Man from the Mega Man series. This will be part 2, numbers 5 through 1. Let's waste no time and begin.
Number 5. So there's something about a knight that is 1 foot tall that would just make you say, awesome. There's also a certain something about that guy who would just, you would just could not help but thinking that he is cool. He also appeared in a bunch of games. Meta Knight is my 5th favorite video game character of all time. Meta Knight first appeared in Kirby's Adventure as the leader of the Meta Knights, creative naming Nintendo. And after numerous fights against his army of little midget guys with maces and swords, he eventually fought Meta Knight on one of the coolest arenas of all time. On top of a tower with a giant window with the moon looking through it. That is a cool arena. And then throughout the course of the Kirby series, Meta Knight kept on returning, his coolest appearance being Superstar and Superstar Ultra. And he just kept looking badass and swinging his sword around. But what's cool about Meta Knight is that he is both a villain and an ally in the Kirby series. So there are numerous times where in the first few games that Meta Knight was in, he really was a villain. But as the series progressed, he really just kind of became Kirby's rival, and as some fans of the game speculate, his brother or possibly father. I just think Meta Knight's awesome. I just think he's a really cool character in the series with a yellow spiked sword. Then, of course, you have Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where his ship took on a huge ship, got annihilated, and yet Meta Knight still lived. That proves how awesome he is. He lived through his giant, huge battleship getting blown up. So yeah, Meta Knight, my 5th favorite video game character of all time.
Number 4. Now, there are 2 common rules in life that pretty much everybody knows. Number 1, giant robots are awesome. Pretty tough to argue against that. I have really yet to see a giant robot that really isn't ass-kicking awesome. And number 2, communism is bad. I also find it tough to disagree with that. Where am I going with this? Number 4 is Liberty Prime from Fallout 3, and dear God, does he deserve to be number 4. Liberty Prime is just so freaking cool. I can't help but think he is the one thing that you want to have beside you in a war. A giant robot who just screams about hating communism so much. In the end of Fallout 3, Liberty Prime is awakened by the Brotherhood of Steel to destroy the Enclave, which he does, humorously mistaking the Enclave troops for the communists that he was actually created to destroy 200 years ago. They never fixed his voice thing. They never fixed the fact that he hates communism, so they stuck it with that, and that is just that's probably the main thing that makes Liberty Prime awesome. Of course, aside from that, he can throw nukes out of his back like a freaking quarterback, and shoot giant-ass Tesla lasers out of his eye. So there's also that. And he kind of looks like Gort from The Day the Earth Stood Still. But there really is, it's almost tough to agree that Liberty Prime doesn't have an endless array of awesome moments throughout Fallout 3. In fact, even in Fallout, Liberty Prime's coolest scene is also my least favorite scene. Liberty Prime's death in the beginning of Broken Steel. He selflessly tells all of his fellow soldiers to get out of the area because there's a freaking orbital strike gonna crash down. He gets hit by it, and then he utters one of the best lines of all time. I die so democracy may live. You don't argue with that. Liberty Prime does deserve to be my 4th favorite video game character of all time. Number 3. Taking another direction with the gods from Chaos and Kefka that we've mentioned before, we now go into a direction of... Oh wait, you know what? He's still evil. Even though he's the god of creation. You know, a giant anthropomorphic hand who can basically do anything. Ringing any bells here? Master Hand is my 3rd favorite video game character of all time. Master Hand is just so freaking cool because he's so freaking mysterious. Ever since his appearance in the first Super Smash Bros. Game, he continued to appear in Melee, Brawl, and somewhere along the line they stuck him in Kirby's Adventure, or Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Now, I'm not sure why they stuck him in there, but hey, why not? It gave the world Master Hand sprites, so. But Master Hand's cool for two reasons. He's the god of creation, and he can basically freaking do anything. And his extremely mysterious nature, his counterpart, Crazy Hand. But if you look deep enough into the Smash Bros. Storyline, you do uncover like Master Hand's actual like identity. Turns out Master Hand, at least for what I think, is actually the spirit of some sort of young child who enjoys to like create things. So he creates the world of of trophies, the Smash Bros. Universe, in which he controls because he can, he's the god of creation in that universe, so he can basically do anything. And in Brawl, Taboo seizes control of this thing, which is how he controls Master Hand in that game. Screw you, Taboo. Master Hand will always be cooler than you. And tries to use Master Hand's power to control this world. So Master Hand basically has this entire world he controls, which all of the video game characters live in. And he also, of course, he stands as a direct opposite to Crazy Hand. Crazy Hand is the god of destruction, just like Chaos. And Master Hand is the god of creation. There are too many gods of destruction. So Master Hand, my third favorite video game character of all time.